Hi, my name is Meghana Aduri, and welcome to the Vision Beyond Sight interview series. In this episode, we are honored to have Sri Dipendra Manocha, the founder and managing trustee of SAKSHAM. Dipendraji founded SAKSHAM 21 years ago and has spearheaded numerous projects both in India and internationally, empowering thousands of visually impaired individuals. Let's talk to Dipendraji to learn more about the challenges faced and the impact of assistive technology on the lives of visually impaired students. How has accessibility and education for visually impaired individuals evolved over time?
Almost in the 19th century, a huge revolution happened when Braille was invented and opened the doors of education and the written script for persons with blindness and low vision. But a new revolution happened in 1990s when, with the help of digital devices, we could start reading and writing in the same script as everybody else, which means that persons with blindness could now also have a complete written communication with the rest of the world. Braille is a special script which is meant only for persons with blindness, but then this capability of being able to use mainstream script opened the doors which were not open otherwise.
How has the capability of digital devices impacted the educational opportunities of the blind?
This capability of having written communication with the rest of the world had huge implication on the educational and livelihood opportunities for persons with blindness and low vision. Earlier, we were only working in areas where only audio was required, such as telephone operators, announcers, etc. But when this technology came, we are now able to work as lawyers, bank officers, and any place where written communication is required.
Statistics show that over 80% of visually impaired individuals live in rural areas and are below the poverty line. Considering this, what is the availability and affordability of assistive technology across India? Are there any challenges or solutions to ensure its successful implementation?
We actually spent almost 25 years to adopt this technology for Indian languages. So we now have these technologies working in 16 Indian languages. The technology gap has been filled. We have been able to make this technology affordable for a large number of people. Earlier, the technology, the same device and the same software, the screen reading software, etc., way back in 1993 used to cost somewhere around 1.5 lakh rupees. And 1.5 lakh rupees of 1993 would be something like spending 20 lakh rupees of today. So that cost has been brought down to almost 10,000 to 40,000 rupees kind of devices, depending on the device that we choose. If we choose a laptop, then this would cost about 40,000 rupees. But if we choose a smartphone with a keyboard, we may just get a starting point of just 12,000 rupees on that. So the cost has come down. Indian language compatibility is now available, but still most of the persons with blindness and low vision their education system has not changed. So they are still using scribes for giving their examinations. They are dependent on others for most of the reading and writing systems. The awareness about it, the building of capacity, availability of devices, the change in the methodology of teaching, bringing these technologies as part of the teaching system, teaching learning system. I think that all these aspects which are currently holding us back and which we really need to address. There is still a large number of persons with blindness who still can't afford, even after bringing the cost down to that level. Poverty and disability has a huge connection. Disability is both cause and effect of poverty. So affordability becomes a big issue, even if it is a 12,000 rupees device. So that is why where affordability goes down, we need to subsidize these devices for people and deliver the digital content that they have to read on this in accessible format. The capacity has to be built of teachers, parents, and the users themselves. So in a way, we say that we have to deliver the kit, content, and confidence together. The whole ecosystem has to be built. If we take out even one of these components out, the whole system collapses. So the whole ecosystem, the whole solution has to be delivered: the device, the content, the capability to use these devices, and also to deliver the content on the devices. So all these four components really have to go hand in hand, and that is what the whole solution will work out to be. And we really need a lot of hands and a lot of people to come together to make it happen for the population, or such diverse population as in India. We have such large language diversity, such large economic, socio-economic diversity, that we need a lot of people, a lot of volunteers, a lot of contributions, both in terms of human resource and financial, to be able to bring about this change which can change the life of persons with blindness, low vision.
You mentioned the delivery of content onto assistive devices. Could you elaborate more on that?
So even if we provide the devices on which they can read these books, we actually have to deliver accessible books, the books, digital books in accessible format that they can read using their assistive technologies. There is a severe dearth because books are not being born accessible, which means every book which is published has to be converted into an accessible format. There are hundreds of thousands of published books that are getting published. There are a lot of educational materials, and it's not just the textbooks that has to be read. Any student needs to read a lot of side materials, supplementary materials, and materials which are not textbooks. I mean, just the plain literature or reading materials which are age appropriate. A lot of books need to be provided, the content has to be provided, and problem with the textbooks is that even if you convert that textbook today in accessible format, that book becomes obsolete within 1 year and 2 years time. Some changes happen in that book, and that book, the work that gets done has to be done again, or at least some changes have to be made into that book. So it's a kind of an endless process right now for us that we keep struggling against. We need a lot of effort to a lot of people to join hands to meet this requirement, to meet this demand of accessible format books, which is kind of ensuring the fundamental right of education for persons with blindness and low vision in India.
As you may know, we've launched an initiative with VT Seva in the US, where hundreds of volunteers dedicate their time and have converted over 100,000 pages of print material into accessible formats. Could you please convey your message to all the volunteers and share the impact that their work is having on the lives of visually impaired individuals?
So this whole work of empowering persons with blindness and low vision is so satisfying, because a small contribution can actually change a complete life. So it can be a fully life-changing experience, and the impact is there to be seen. You know, when we create a book, so this is very different to just giving something to eat to somebody. You know, we are actually giving them knowledge. We are giving them education. And once the knowledge and education is there, they can find what to eat, you know, and they will be able to earn themselves. They will be like productive citizens like everybody else of this country. So it's a huge impact that we are working for. And each page that gets converted into accessible format is actually solving a huge problem of somebody there in who's very needy at this stage. Thank you.